Hey guys, it's Sarah from New England Junk Journals, and I am on for another hashtag Thrifty Thursday, hashtag Thrifted Treasures. I hope you guys can hear me all right. I have been having problems with my my AirPods. I'm not really sure why. Usually if I'm listening to music or watching YouTube with them, I can hear everything perfectly, but as soon as anyone calls me, they cannot hear me if I have the AirPods in. So I'm hoping that for video making purposes, everything will be okay. All right, so I'm thinking this might end up being a two-parter. Quite a lot of stuff here. So I'm gonna start and wing it, and then if I see that time's going by pretty far, I'll probably pause and, you know, make it into two parts. But I have a lot of different things here that I wanted to show you. I'm gonna start out with this Lost Gardens of Gertrude Jekyll, which I had never seen this book before. Until I came across it. I'd never even heard of it. But the picture on the front was just so cute. So this is illustrated by the author. And I hope I can stay in frame because my monitor is not working. We really need to upgrade our internet bandwidth because we're pushing it to its max right now. 91 is the copyright, but just look at these beautiful illustrations in here. Let me find. They are shiny. That is one thing. They are glossy, but let's see. I have these wonderful little groups of flower illustrations that I thought would be perfect for fussy cutting. Very cute. And some of them are just like these beautiful big pictures. I don't know if maybe I can make some journaling cards with them, cut them in pieces, or just make really big journaling cards and finally sit down and make some like larger format journals. Don't know, but I thought that was really pretty. And I'm trying to find a way to make room. Another thing, this actually my sister found for me. It's a general store 50 stickers from the Metropolitan Museum of Art, printed in Italy. And they're on a bunch of long rows, and I think they're all the same, so I'm just going to take one off and show you. We've got like a wrapper for cayenne pepper, a little teacup, some baking powder, tomatoes, Los Andes coffee, and it's the same thing, and it's like a bunch of each. Where did it say? 10 of each of 5 subjects. So I guess those are the 5 right there. And just checking to see that there aren't more. But yep, so a lot of the same. I thought they were super cute. These would be great in like a glue book, of course, to make ephemera. The works of art reproduced here are 19th century chromolithographs from the Jefferson R. Burdick collection in the Metropolitan Museum of Art. Very cool. Let's see. came across these today, actually. This one is a Cicely Mary Barker book, the Flower Fairies of the Autumn. Such a tiny little book, but obviously full of these beautiful flower fairies. I love this. I haven't made a fairy book, but that would be really fun to do. And then I'm not sure, I think, let me check. Okay, it doesn't say there. Yes, okay. It is the same, Cicely Mary Barker. And this one's really cute. The pages are a lot more dynamic. You know, there's a lot more images on them, and they're more random, I guess you could say. But yeah, super cute. They also had the Peter Rabbit Make and Play book. And this is super cute because you've got some activities in the front. And then you have these like little scenes that you can press out and assemble. Look, so cute, the little mice in the cupboard. I mean, like, if it was my house, I would not be saying super cute mice in the cupboard. But these are really cute. You've got all kinds of little characters in here from the classic stories, and this is like in like perfect condition. Reprinted in '91. So I thought that was really cool. Had the Silly Songbook, which is just a children's book full of, you know, children's songs. Some of them illustrated. The illustrations are very unique, I guess. They're like paper cut illustrations. So that would make great filler pages. There was also, they had a few of these. They had, I think it was Renoir, and I did not recognize the other artist. And their color slide programs of the great masters. It was Toulouse something, and I don't remember. But there was a lot of like classical paintings in there, if you know what I mean. Stuff I probably wouldn't use in a junk journal. But Da Vinci, I would probably use a lot more. Oh, first of all, there were all these color slides here. I thought that was so cool. I have no idea if you're going to be able to see. Let me stand up. Oh, I don't know if you can see it that way either. But this is the Lady with the Ermine color slide. So they have a bunch of them in here. Baptism of Christ. I think it's, I don't know what this is. Oh, we got it upside down. So this is in detail. The Annunciation in detail, Adoration of the Magi, St. Jerome, Madonna of the Vase, lots of Madonnas, The Last Supper, Mona Lisa, a whole bunch of these. I thought they would be super fun to add a push. That's right. Follow the directions. Okay. So I thought these would be really cool to put an eyelet in and hang, you know, make a dangle with it, or to include somewhere in a junk journal. And then I just had a bunch of these sketches. All different interesting things from Da Vinci. My sister picked this one up for me, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, little golden book. I haven't decided, like she keeps picking up some like Disney stuff for me. I haven't decided if I'm going to do a Disney themed journal or just put together a Disney pack for my Etsy shop. Not quite sure yet. I Taught Myself to Russian Punch book, Transfer Patterns for Russian Punch Needle Embroidery, which I have absolutely no idea what this is. To me, it looks like those little loop rugs, but I don't think that is what it is. So I'll look through this and see if it's something. I guess it takes a special, oh, it is loop embroidery. Okay, maybe it is what I thought it was. But what's in here are these gorgeous iron-on transfers. Okay, that's interesting. I can, like, I don't know if you can see that, but the pattern behind has kind of imprinted itself onto like this side of the page so you can see through it. But these are beautiful, either to put straight in as pages in a junk journal or to try to iron them onto paper or fabric. Lots of little pieces here. I think this is from Aesop's Fable. Very cute illustrations, like a lot of different styles. I like that for like a garden journal. So yeah, there's that. Let's see. World's Favorite Hootenanny Sing-Along Songs. And it's kind of in rough shape here. 1964 copyright. The whole spine came off. But they have, it's interesting because they have the songs broken up into columns instead of just having, you know, like it go across the top and then another one on the bottom. They're like broken into columns like that. So I thought I could use them either like, because they're in this orientation, they might be really perfect to put on a tag that way because they're tall and skinny. And they do have some little illustrations throughout, which I thought was interesting too. I'm gonna move my coffee over this way. I have here, hopefully I can get them in camera, it's called That Patchwork Place Quilt Calendar. And I've got a few of these. But look at that. I love these. These were so pretty with the quilt pattern on them. The little houses here. These reminded me of the house journals that Diane Hubert did a little bit ago. Her cozy, Diane, am I going to get it right? It's Cozy House, I think. Cozy House Journals. This pattern, that was called My Cotswold Cottages. They had all kinds of these beautiful quilt patterns on them. I thought they'd make really fun pages. And they're all different colors and styles. And then of course in the back, they have the directions. If you want to actually make a quilt, and some of the patterns to cut out pieces. So I had that one. I've got 2007. Let's see if I can still get it in frame here. That's a fun one with the kites. That's a fun one. Reminds me of like undersea. Although it's called Baby Planets. But to me, it's more ocean looking for some reason. It's more of those houses. This one was called The Art of the Quilt. And these just more had pictures of quilts in more like domestic settings instead of just the pattern. But I thought they might be interesting as well. And these ones also had these pockets. They're like a gusseted pocket. And I loved the pattern on the pocket, so I thought I could probably use that somehow. This was the same thing, Art of the Quilt. And then, of course, another one of those gusseted pockets. I thought really, really cute. All right, I'm going to set these aside. Bring out some other stuff. I had gotten this Minipedia World History. And at first I was kind of gonna walk past this one. But I did open it up, and it's got these great little mini pictures in here. You know, a lot of world history pictures. The Middle Ages have a lot of little things. I thought they might be interesting for like little snippets and things to add some interest. Yeah, like they've got little photo, like little paintings. So I thought that might be interesting to harvest from. This one came from my sister again, The Forgotten Arts. And it's really falling apart, so I don't feel bad cutting it up. But they had some interesting little sketches in here and a lot of cow pictures. And I think there's, yeah, here we go, some chicken pictures in here too. I thought they just might be interesting to go into like a farmyard journal at some point. And it's, yeah, literally just falling apart. I came across this bag. I don't know, it's not glassine, but it's one of those, it's a big bag. But I thought maybe I could, if I couldn't use the whole thing, if I didn't make a giant journal with it, I mean, I could use a portion of it. It was interesting. And along with that was this wrapping paper. I assume it's wrapping paper. Already used, obviously, but I liked these little designs in here. It kind of reminded me a little bit of Art Deco, or Art Nuevo. I thought I could at least use some of it, probably. Oh, I did find this, and I was so disappointed that I didn't find it earlier because I sent some Happy Mail a little while ago to Meg from Chasing Retro, and I really wish I had had this with me to send to her, because I just opened it up, and it's of course Wilton cake decorating book from 1973. But just look at these colors and the font here, so retro. The gorgeous color of the icing. Yeah, it totally made me think of Meg. So many cute little designs. Oh my goodness. They don't make them like they used to, for sure. You don't see cakes in the bakeries looking like that anymore. Very pretty. Very, very pretty. I picked up some index cards, and just because of this beautiful color, I don't know if you can tell how, let's see, like this is white, and this is just lovely and aged color. So I'll be able to use that. This I'm not sure how well it's going to show up, but it is a instruction for using a Singer sewing machine number 66. And I did try to look for a, oh, here we go. Now I've got some light I can see. It says copyright USA. First copyright is 1915, then 1923, and 1934. But it's just so old and falling apart. I thought that these pages might look really cool in a sewing journal. So I got that. This, the Dell Encyclopedia of Cats. It's a vineyard book. I think it's pretty old too. 74. And of course it's a book all about cats, which both of my daughters absolutely love cats, but intermixed with all of the like regular cat information, you have all these like cat paintings and sketches and like all kinds of very, very interesting looking pieces. Well, maybe not her. Sorry. Paintings of cats, and let me see if I can, there we go. Like that's an old Victorian postcard picture. So I figured if my kids did not end up wanting it, that I would harvest some interesting items out of this little book. Oh yes, I found this blanket binding, and look, it's Winnie the Pooh. It's just got these like butterflies and leaves and little bees on one side, and these Pooh characters on the other. I thought if it was like you stitched the bottom closed, like this would make a really lovely wraparound closure for a Winnie the Pooh journal. And then I have a few more odds and ends before I switch to, I think I am going to make this 2 parts. Before I switch to part 2, I do have a few more things to show you. I just picked this up. I'm not sure how much of it I'm going to use for junk journals, or if I'm going to use these for sticky notes and lists. But they were really cute school themed items. 2 of these school bus notepads. a money receipt book, of course, not vintage. Oh yes, I found this, and it's definitely homemade. I love the cover of it, but it was just some regular, like, manila colored paper bound in here. It doesn't seem like it was ever used. The closure is quite stretched out. So I thought what I would do would just be to redo the closure with something else, and take these pages out and just use this cover to bind in my own signature for a junk journal. And then last but not least, they were all these invoices for a company. I'm not sure if it's around anymore. If they closed down and then got rid of their invoices and envelopes. A whole bunch of these envelopes. So I think I'm going to call it done for now, so that I can move on to the second part, because if I showed you everything right now, it would be just such a long video. So stay tuned for part 2. I have another one of those lovely puzzle boxes that does not contain a puzzle. This one was quite unexpected. No, it's not more wrapping paper. Very interesting stuff. And some other like vintagey items that I found. But come back next time for part 2 of this video. Before I go, I do want to say that Thrifty Thursday is hosted by Sherry over at Turquoise Dreaming. I'll have her channel and her information linked in the description box below. And hashtag Thrifted Treasures is hosted by Dale over at Not Too Shabby Chic. If you would go and give those ladies some love, go over to their channels and see some of the great videos that they've been working on. That would be awesome. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you. Bye.